What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kickin with Kachi, powered by the DC Voice. I am your host, Kachi the Analyst, and today we have legendary musical artists straight out of the airways, straight off of SoundCloud, coming to you live with a brand new song. We're going to talk about that definitely soon too. But my boy G0ldilocks, thank you for coming by and kicking me, man. I know it's late, but I appreciate you for doing this.
What's good, bro? I appreciate you for having me, man.
Of course, and obviously, we gotta get into the name. You know what I'm saying? Like G0ldilocks as a rap name. I don't see 3 Bears with you, so I gotta get a little bit more context as to where the name came from.
I changed my name probably around like beginning of last year because at first my real name's Cortez, so at first I was just going by Tezzy, which is like my childhood name. But there's a hell of people with the name Tezzy, so I changed it to something that fits me more. And then my hair was gold too, so I was like, damn, let me think of something that actually would fit with the name and branding piece. So then I thought of the name G0ldilocks, but of course G0ldilocks already a whole thing. So then I put the zero instead of a O.
And then in terms of like creating the music, like what influences kind of helped develop the sound now that you got the name?
Or like what where I get the inspiration from for my music, or like other artists?
Well, first I guess we'll talk about inspiration, then we could talk about maybe if there are any artists that you personally kind of tap into and learn from.
But I get my inspiration just from like life in general, to be honest. But I'm really a person of like scenery type shit, so I be outside a lot because I live in the Midwest. I live in Minnesota, so it's like nothing but nature out here. So that be inspiring me a lot to make music. But then artist wise, that can go on forever. I'm a 2000s baby. I was born into the 2000s, so I listen to everything.
I was gonna say, I mean, with the music that you made. I mean, if you guys don't know that or watching this right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a little bit of like the funk vibe. You got some dancey vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made a lot of fun music that I feel like a lot of people born in the 2000s and later on, like that's just not what's been prevalent these days. Things seem to be a little darker, a little bit more melodic, but you're bringing a lot of the fun back, right? Has that kind of been like the reigning idea of kind of creating your music? Like, you like making fun music?
Yeah, I like having fun with the music because like it's what I do, you know. It's like a profession. But then they say like whatever you do, you gotta love type shit. So it's like I don't want to be stressed out because making music can be stressing as hell. But like not at this point, not at this point in my career at least. I'm not trying to be stressed with something I love to do because then I don't make me want to do it no more.
And then how did you get into making music? Were you pen and paper, writing freestyles, or producer? How did you kind of get into the pathway of saying, okay, I'm an artist, I make music now?
It really started. So at first I knew I could always rap though, because I used to be like writing. Like I used to really be writing, but then it was like in high school, one of my friends, like we used to just be freestyling and fucking around and shit. But then he used to always tell me like, bro, you should actually try to like do something with it because you can actually rap. So he used to be going around telling people I can rap and shit. And then like in high school, my junior year, my brother had like he was already an artist himself, you know. So he had a bunch of studio equipment and like Logic and shit. And then that's when I actually recorded my first song myself and then dropped my first song my junior year. But that's how I got into making music, just by growing up and listening to a bunch of shit and then just writing in my notebook. That's how it really got me started to be an artist. But then my brother had the whole studio shit. So then I recorded my own song.
And then in terms of kind of, transitioning into professionally creating music, like what sort of things did you have to learn or kind of have to pick up to, then come from? Because, you probably definitely know, like, playing around in the studio, making songs in your notebook and freestyling is a lot different than, oh, wow, I actually have to put together a project, put together a song, put together ideas and stuff like that. So what sort of stuff did you have to learn and kind of pick up?
Honestly, I have to learn that being an artist is more than music, to be real. Like that should be a thing to any new artist. Like just because you got a hot song or something, it takes way more than just the music. So you can't just record and expect to get somewhere. Or you can, but like if you really want to take it serious, you can't just be making music. You got to do the branding. You got to understand networking. You got to understand like reaching out and spreading your message, basically. Also, just business. People don't understand the business aspect of music, and some people don't make it far because of that.
And I would say, like, as a new artist, I know about 4 years ago, about 4 years ago, you dropped a couple music videos on YouTube. They got a couple hundred views, you know what I'm saying? And then you recently just dropped new music video. I think it was for let's make sure that I'm on it. Let Me Know, right?
Yeah.
If I'm
Yep.
not mistaken, right? And then that got thousands of views. I think it's right now it's about 14K right now. I think if I'm not mistaken, about 9K, 14K. But that's on
Yeah.
thousands of views, right? So what do you kind of attribute, to that major jump, right? Of videos now being able to clear, right? The most recent video you have right now, I think, has about 10,000 views right now in just 4 weeks, right?
Yep.
As opposed to when you first started out and only getting 500 views. So do you think there was a formula to that success? Was there something that's very specific that kind of allowed that major shift to happen, or was it just all just time?
You gotta. It was a little bit of like all the above, to be honest, because it's
Mm-hmm.
like time and me understanding how to actually put my shit out there and
Mm,
what to do once it's out. Because I used to just drop a song, right, and then not put nothing behind it type shit. But it's
okay.
like you can't really expect a song to go anywhere if you don't put something behind it. If that's money or whatever you put in behind it type shit. But like you got to put more into it than just releasing it. Because I've been pushing that song, the Let Me Know song. I dropped that song 420 this year, and then
Right.
just kept pushing it all year. Like I've been pushing that song all year type shit. So I didn't just drop it and then be like, oh, okay, it's whatever.
And then in terms of like the idea as an artist, right? Coming in and hitting people in the face with, hey, go check out Let Me Know. Hey, go check out Let Me Know. Hey, your music video just dropped out. Do you feel like you're kind of bothering people? Does it kind of get into this in your head a little bit of saying, let me play it cool, like as a nonchalant artist, let me just drop it, or shock drops, or not be too invested? Or
Yeah.
obviously as a new artist, do you feel like you have to be doing the extra mile, doing the extra thing to try and get that success?
I feel like as a new artist, you don't even kind of have to. You do have to, because like now the whole thing is being like mysterious, like you said. Like
Right,
nobody wants to
exactly.
be everywhere. Everyone wants to be unknown, but it's like, bro, no one knows you already. So if you already trying to be unknown, then you just gonna remain unknown. In my head, at least. So it's like if
Right.
I'm bothering you, if I ask you to listen to my new song, then obviously you aren't for me or for my crowd partaking. But there's always a new person that replaces the people that leave. So I don't even stress it, to be honest.
And getting into, not stressing it, more fun, less stress. Brand new
Yeah.
album just dropped. I would say my favorite song on that is Sugar Sweet. Like I'm in the
Yeah.
gym, I'm going crazy to that song. I'm like, I'm going crazy to that song. So what was the experience in, like, putting that album together, putting a tape together? I believe this is your first album, mixtape, EP.
Yep.
I don't know the terminology. I'm a consumer, but it's a bunch of songs under one cover. That's what I know. So,
Yeah.
what was it like, kind of putting that together?
I actually see that was I had a whole project before More Fun Less Stress, but I pushed it back because it was summertime. So then like the vibes were changing for the project I
Yeah,
had previously. So all the More Fun Less Stress, I recorded that over the summer and the springtime. But that was crazy, bro. I can't lie. That was some good studio sessions. I had a lot of fun making that project. It was
I
dope. It
would
was
say,
just
like,
basically
yeah,
all off vibes. It was dope.
right. And how do you kind of view the music that you're making now in comparison to the music that you was making probably back in like 2021, 2020, or even like those early studio sessions when you're in high school, just trying to get your feet wet?
Honestly, when I first started making music, it was more like SoundCloud era, like Lil Pump, D Rose,
Right,
Smoke Perp,
right, right.
Adi, like Playboy Card, all them. So it was like it kind of gave me a picture, like, and TK. I can't forget TK. That was a big inspiration because I was like 16, 15, So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, damn, you can really just blow up doing this shit. But it was like I didn't understand what they put into it to do it. But now my music now, it's like how much I put into it versus back then. Because I would literally just
Right.
hop into the studio, one take or maybe two takes, and then just be done. But now it's actually understanding, breaking the song down, working it over time, and just taking my time with it instead of rushing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned how to be more patient, most definitely, with the music I make now and put more into it rather than just one take. Oh, I'm done. All right, let's go.
And would you kind of think that the streams or the views, does that sort of measure, in your eyes, your own success? I mean, obviously, like coming from 500, 600 views to 10,000 in 4 weeks is an accomplishment in itself. But I don't know, as an artist, does that garner, as for you, some sort of personal success in seeing obviously more people listen to your music, but
Right.
is virality, right? The views, is that a goal of the artist to try and up and get more and get more?
Me personally, honestly, I don't even really look at the numbers, bro. Because like I'm an artist, so I got to keep doing this shit
Right,
anyway. So it's like
right.
there's no point in getting. And then it's like if it don't hit what I expect, then it's just gonna crush me type shit. So it's like me, honestly, I don't even look at the numbers because I know I got to do it again. So I mean, you can look at it for like I look at my numbers when I like be like what worked for me and then what didn't, or what do people more engage in. I'm more like that rather than like how many people are listening to it, how many people are doing it, because I expect that, you know.
And in creating music videos, right now, getting into a little bit of the visual aspect, what's the process like? I know you worked with Nikki, I believe is the name.
For the video for Let Me Know.
Yes.
That's my boy Vlad. Yeah.
Vlad, yeah. So, and working with him, and then also like other music videos you've done, like what's your process and kind of the idea, execution? Is that something that you kind of are bringing to the table as well, or you
Oh
kind of entrust in someone else to help bring your idea to life?
It's probably like I think 2 videos I got on YouTube that I actually didn't write myself. But for the most videos, I write them. I like write out
Really?
the story, and then I'll have somebody like, because Vlad, he's very good on adding shit into it as well. So he's not just gonna be a yes man and be like, he'd be like, nah, let's do this and make it better. But I take the time and actually write it myself, and then
Wow.
send it through to somebody who can make it come to life, basically.
So then when you so is the one for the Let Me Know music video, right? Specifically that, what was the idea behind the cinematography and that, right? You're going through the woods, you're finding another version of yourself with the face painted and in suit and with the balloons and everything. What sort of
Yeah.
messages and what sort of themes are you drawing on there with that music video?
With that video, I'm a Gemini, so I always feel like I got 2 personalities, you know.
Ah,
So I
right.
thought that'd be cool as hell to be like, I just chase myself like a bad version of myself is trying to get to me, you know, while I'm trying to do
Yeah,
something
right.
or achieve something. But that was basically the moral of that. Then like a little inspiration from like films and stuff. But I love cinematography because I feel like it helps the person viewing it kind of relate to the song more. Because I had a
Right.
video before where it's just a bunch of edits and then me rapping in front of the camera, but then it's like no one didn't care, but it was like it wasn't as engaging, you know. So I was like, let me make a story around it and then see if that captures people's attention more. And it did, you know.
Is sort of the storytelling, creative direction, directing, is that something that you also are looking to do more in the future? Probably not only for yourself, but maybe also
Oh yeah.
for other artists and things of that nature?
Yeah, most definitely. Right now it's just like me coming up with ideas, you know, but it's like if I actually get some like tool or another person with me to help like write, or if somebody asks me to write a story for them, I would love to, bro. Because
Right, right.
that's even like, you know, making somebody else's dreams come true.
And then looking at your music videos, like, would you say that you have a particular music video that you love or that you was like, oh my God, like that perfect top to bottom, perfect
Yeah.
execution. Like I I have to watch it every single day. Like 30
That's
million
probably
views just
that's
off of you
probably Let
alone.
Me Know. That's probably Let
Okay.
Me Know. Yeah, that one was I was proud of that because I kept scraping the story. I had to rewrite that shit so many times. So to actually see it finally come through and be finished, yeah,
Right,
I was
right.
proud of that one. That's probably my favorite one.
And would you say like going into the album now, what songs do you think um really encapsulate you as an artist the best from uh More Fun Less Stress?
Mm. I feel like, damn, that's kind of hard choice. I don't know. I'm kind of proud of the project all around because before I
Right,
was born on some really rap shit, I was even trying to like sing and be melodic or dance songs. It was just straight rap.
right.
So I feel like the whole project as a collective is like, okay, damn, that's pretty cool to look back on and see that I actually can step out my comfort zone, you know?
Right, yeah. And then probably like making new music, right? Like is the dancey stuff a lot easier now, or is it still kind of the challenge that you're happy to undertake and learn more about? Because as you said, like you're the rapper, so
Right,
getting
right.
into all these different genre blending things, like what do you kind of feel like has been the best challenge for you to undertake thus far?
Definitely trying to like understand more about music within itself, like the
Mm-hmm.
pocket you keep your voice in, the way you say something,
Ah,
how much breath you use, how much air you use. It's like notes you gotta hit. I like that part because rap is kind of easy. I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie, you know. It's like you can really talk about whatever, but like singing and all that shit, you gotta kind of do it in a fashion to where you like gotta work for it. So I love making it. Honestly, I
Right.
like the challenge of it.
And then outside the album, what songs do you feel like now I can't say you as an artist, right? Like outside of just you listening to the album, you have a bunch of songs that happened before the album, and then you have a new song Falling that just dropped as well. So,
Yep.
like what well Falling is more of an EP because Glow Up is also on it as well, but it
Yeah.
says single on Apple Music, so I'll say single. But what songs do you feel like are really indicative of you as an artist?
I probably pick Falling. That's a good one. Cause it's like it can show like I'm not always turned up, basically. Like I like to
Yeah,
chill too,
right.
you know. It's like a chill
Yeah.
vibe. So it's like I feel like those type of songs capture really who I am. And then the rap ones are like me, like either probably flexing or doing some stupid shit. But I love the cool shit though, because I'm really a cool dude, you know? I just be
Right.
chilling.
So then obviously, like, now looking into the future, right?
Yeah.
2024 is almost over. What do we have looking forward to from you as an artist that we should be looking forward to probably by the end of the year, or we should keep our eyes peeled for 2024?
Oh, both. Probably finish the year. I'm dropping probably like 2 or 3 more singles because I was gonna drop another project towards the end of the year, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to force it. So I'm gonna just chill until 2024, you know,
Okay,
and then just
okay.
keep pushing out the songs I do have now, and then close the year out recording new music, and then come into the year strong, you know.
Nice. And obviously, before we head out of here, one, thank you for coming and talking to me. And two, I always know that people that are watching this are also people that are trying to follow their dreams as well. So what are 3 life lessons that you kind of hold dear to your heart that you've learned along the way on this journey that you're undertaking and still going through that you can share to that person watching this right now?
The 3 things. First thing is patience for sure, because if you don't have patience, then that's just never gonna work out. But two, you gotta believe in yourself more than you believe in anything else, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that's gonna get yourself there. A lot of people gonna tell you not to do this, about do this or a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, only you really know what you need to do to get shit done. And then the third one, I would just say don't stop, bro. That's all it takes. It's just consistency and don't stop it. Cause I didn't went through all the emotions with this shit plenty of
Yeah, I
times.
mean, hey, you in Minnesota, all you gotta do is think, man. You ain't got nothing to do out there but think. Yeah, man.
That's facts. But the third one, man, just keep going, bro. Consistency and keep going.
And thank you for that. Because honestly, like you probably already know, as a creative, as a person that's trying to do what they want to do, for some reason, the universe has to beat you down like hell before you can really look up and see, okay, I'm finally where I want to be. So thank
Yeah.
you for always, thank you for doing that, and thank you for coming by and kicking me, man. Do you have any last words? Anything last you want to share before we head out of here?
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you for having me. Thank you for connecting me to your community as well. To all the people out there watching this, man, keep doing you, keep grinding, and it'll all pay off.
I love it. And thank you once again, Goldilocks, for coming in and kicking it with me. If you guys can check out my boy Goldilocks on all digital streaming platforms right now. That's the SoundCloud, that's the Apple Music, that's the Spotify. You're paying for it. He's on it. Make sure you catch him up on Instagram as well, so you can check out new updates on all his music videos, new singles dropping, and all new things that are dropping on Goldilocks. That's Goldilocks with an O, with a zero for the O, zero for the O on gold, because ain't nobody better than him, because he's the first Goldilocks. That's on Instagram. Goldilocks on all streaming platforms as well. You can check out this interview at the DC Voice on YouTube and Instagram. Once again, I'm your host, Kachi the Analyst. Thank you, Goldilocks, for another amazing interview. And once again, guys, we're out of here. Peace.
Appreciate you.